Total here, and today we've got a bit of a greenskin infestation centered around Prague, but it's not actually a saving disaster situation. This is just a really weird scenario, basically, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So we've got Nakari here, and he's essentially a one demon doomstack, but he's also a really stinky boy because he hasn't showered in forever, because he has been hanging around Fort Ostrosk, which has the Carnival of Nurgle. Now, if you hang around this place for too long, you'll get a trait which gives you some Nurgle abilities, Fetid Stench, and also Pestilent Decay, which is a Mortis Engine effect, 16 to 32 damage per second to all enemies in an area. Now, he's also got the Nemesis Crown, which is a more powerful Mortis Engine effect, but these two absolutely do stack. Now, Nakari also has another Mortis Engine effect, which is his own one, called Soul Siphon, which is 16 to 32, but this only applies when the enemy's leadership is wavering or lower. But this is particularly good because it's useful for Nakari in order to regenerate with Harvester of Souls. So this one here gives him a massive amount of regeneration when he completely wipes out a unit. So if you've got all of these Mortis Engine effects going on, the moment that any unit starts routing, they're pretty much wiped out anyway. Just they're not going to escape his stench, essentially. And the Fetid Stench here is ensuring that they start routing a little bit earlier. So anyway, he's got Nakari about as strong as I've ever seen a Nakari. He's got the Weird Plate, which is, weirdly enough, kind of better than getting an Armor of Destiny, because with this, just pure ward save is the way to go, 73%. So not quite maxed out, but most of these forces here probably don't have a lot of magical attacks. His physical resistance will compensate. It's got Sword of Cain dominating, the Talisman of Preservation, other tricks to shard, so a little bit of barrier, and also the Chalice of Malfear, which gives him a huge amount of battle healing cap. Anyway, let's attack these greenskins here and see how Nakari performs. So everything is on maximum battle difficulty here. So good lightning strike, but obviously that doesn't make any sense. We don't need to do that. So yeah, 4 full stacks coming in here. Oh yeah, on top of that, one of the other effects of the Nemesis Crown, every race has like a degree of uniqueness to the Immortal Crown. But for Slaanesh, they get Seduce unit cost minus 50%. Now the thing is, Nakari can already get, without the Nemesis Crown, reduced Seduce units cost minus 50%. So when you add it all together, it's over 100%, which means, yeah, anything is free. Anything that we want is free. You just can't seduce heroes. Now, I'm not going to seduce anything, because you can only seduce up to 4 units anyway, because I don't think we need to. Because any unit that I seduce, that is, I reckon, only going to keep that unit alive. So let's jump in here and see how Nakari performs. So yeah, we could have seduced, but yeah, I just don't think we need to. Because he's got 15,000 health and huge amounts of resistance. Very stinky Mortis Engine effect. I don't think he's going to struggle with this. In fact, this is probably going to be even better than what that one-man Doomstack Tamrakhan had. And Tamrakhan had the what's it called? The Pestilent Decay. He gets that in his own skill tree, so he doesn't need the Nurgle one. Now, I don't think this is the greatest Mortis Engine effect that you can possibly do. I think the best Mortis Engine effect always has been, and pretty much will always be, Morgr. Because Morgr, I think he can get this as well with that unusual location. I'm not entirely sure about the Beastman getting it, but he gets his own Mortis Engine effect, and it's kind of like the best one. It's not quite as good as Corruption of the Crown, because this one does so much damage, but Morgr's Mortis Engine effect doesn't require him to be in melee, and then the Beastmen have a banner that they can put on, which gives them another Mortis Engine effect, and Morgr can get, well, anyone can get the Nemesis Crown. I'm just unsure if he can get Pestilent Decay on top of that, but yeah, if he could, then yeah, he's the amount of Mortis Engine of that is just utterly ridiculous. You just wipe out everything super quick. And also, Morgr being a small character with regeneration by default, yeah, that'd be very, very fucking stinky. Alright, so we're not going to wait for their reinforcements. We're just going to go in there. These Doom Diver catapults would probably end up doing more damage to their own units than to us, so let's try to take him out. Oh yeah, that's another thing with Nakari. He makes anyone near him rampage, which is especially good if you're a Mortis engine. So make him rampage, get him off the artillery. So decent amount of damage being done to the single entities, which Mortis engines typically don't do much damage to them. We've got some other abilities here, but I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to only go into melee and see how it goes. Because we want to see just how stinky we can make this. You think you're getting away, do you? I don't think we needed to harvest the souls. Okay, they're kind of pinning us down a little bit because large units, even for Nakari, you can't really push them out of the way. But does it really matter? So yeah, this here basically just amplifies the corruption of the crown by about 30%, making this battle a bit quicker. Yeah, unit like the troll there. Yeah, there it is. It's got the soul siphon, but you've got to be fairly close to Nakari in order to do that. Oh yeah, Grimgor's here as well. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that the enemy AI are still blowing up their forces in cities like this. It's utterly ridiculous. They're not an endgame crisis either. So we'll see how Nakari performs against Grimgor. Grimgor's got a lot of melee attack there. Got some more artillery here, which will... They might hit Nakari, but it's not going to do much damage. But if it hits in here, it's going to take away from his kills. Going to rack up. There's no 130,000 damage done already. Got plenty of winds of magic, but I don't think we need it. Yeah, focus on killing Grimgor. This one here is chucking shots at us. Is going to hit their own troops. But at the same time, I'm not really going to be able to pull out of this reliably, but it would be good to take that out. I don't think we've landed a single hit on Grimgor yet. It's just the Mortis engine stuff going on. Let's see if I can pull out of this. I want to get rid of the Ragnarok Spider before it kills too many of their own units. Okay, we did hit Grimgor there. A little extra speed might help. No. Obviously, using this to rampage them would be good, but like I said, I'm not even going to use this in this battle. But that's what I would do if I was going to. I guess I could use Fascination as well, get to rampage, but again, I'm not going to use any of that. Alright, so Grimgor's going down pretty quick. He has done a fair amount of damage, but to put things in perspective, the amount of healing that, or overall health that Nakari has, it's over like 60,000. Like, that's how much damage they actually have to do to him to kill him. You just take his health and just multiply it by, actually by 6. Because it's plus 500% battle healing cap. You've already have starting with a 75%. So it's at 575%. Which, by the way, multiplying this by 4 is 60,000. so that would mean, yeah, it'd have like 80,000 potential healing. Right. Let's see, can we get out of this? I want to get rid of their artillery before they kill too many of their own units. Come on. No. There's just too much mass in front of him. He's got the speed, but nobody's going to push aside all of these units. There's a giant there. Has it done much damage to us? No. It can only... It's physical damage, so... Even with really high weapon strength, it's pretty much all getting blocked. Grimgor would have been gone by now because he was low on health and the Mortis Engine effect alone would have gotten him. Too many units there, blobbing up. Okay, let's get back. Because yeah, as soon as the army losses triggers, they're just going to leave the battlefield straight away. Okay, get out of my way, everyone. I want to draw them more to the center of the battlefield. Don't want them getting away. Okay, looks like we're finally getting some... Oh, Grimgor's actually still there. Huh. How much damage has he done to us? Oh, he has 16 health left. He has done a fair bit. Jeez, 212 speed. They were blocking their own reinforcements because they were just staying in that one spot there. This guy's just gonna heal Nakari essentially. Okay, all of their reinforcements have shown up. Let's draw them into the center here. And then I want to get around them real quick and cut off their escape. Because I'm sure they're going to be inflicted with the army losses soon. And just touch these artillery crew to get them to drop it. Because they're probably killing their own troops too quickly. Yeah, I figured that the army losses wasn't too far off. So, 2,700 kills. But I reckon we can add a few more to that. Good, there's a 3,000. Nice. So, Mortis Engine effects are really bloody good against infantry units. They're not so good against single entities, because the way that the damage works, it's sort of, like, it applies it to multiple of the entities. So if it's only a single entity, it just doesn't apply that much damage. This is why it, like, obliterates a Orc Arrow Boy really bloody quickly. Or just any other infantry unit quickly, but single entities, they take damage very slowly from it. Because, yeah, on paper, it doesn't seem like that much damage. You know, go up against something with 10,000 health, I think that'd take a while. But it's being applied to multiple entities at once. Which is why you just see their health just get deleted. But yeah, that's crazy fucking strong. Really, really strong one-man doomstack. It's pretty interesting to see how they just keep adding more stuff to the game that is just making the potential for even stronger one-man doomstacks that you don't even have to be a spellcaster now. Because before, like back in Warhammer 2, all of the non-spellcaster one-man doomstacks were just not really that good because it just took them so long to kill off the enemy forces. Like, for example, the one-man doomstack that we did on Grimgor Ironhide. It's like a 40-minute long battle as he chewed through them bit at a time. But now, Grimgor can pick up the Nemesis Crown and just delete things really quickly. And same thing with getting now the Pestilent Decay or whatever it's called. Just needs to not shower for a couple of years. And then he can just delete units really quickly. Even without the Nemesis Crown. None of this stuff matters. But yeah, for dealing with all this, a one-man doomstack's really good for it, as opposed to sending a balanced army and grinding through all of this shit, lightning striking them one at a time. But yeah, the AI does tend to do this when you get into the later stages of the campaign. I don't know what's going on with their AI. I mean, I thought Creative Assembly said they fixed it, but we've heard this shit before so many times. But take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, it wouldn't take you that long just with Nakari by himself to just rip through all of this, because that was a really quick battle. Considering it was 4 full stacks and it had Grimgor Ironhide, and he walks out of it completely unscathed because he just got so much healing. Anyway, guys, that's into this one. It's basically a 10 out of 10 doomstack. Super easy to use. I didn't use any spells. Didn't even use the Sword of Cain or the Nemesis Crown ability. It all just came down to the Mortis abilities, just deleting enemy infantry, and then of course just being really strong in melee and killing off the single entities quite easily. Anyway, guys, that's into this one. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something, appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for sending this one in, and yeah, appreciate you guys. Later.